Grand day to you, chosen divine beings. It's your girl Oshun Messenger here with another message from the waves. Hope you guys are finding yourselves to be having a fantastic day today, and that you, as always, are keeping some gratitude in your attitude. And before I even start this message and the trip ups and the stutterings even begin, I call in my archangels, Raphael, Uriel, Michael, Metatron. Please block communication errors at this time and let this message get to those who need it the most. Asha. So let's go ahead and tap into the energy and see what you divine beings have going on, and also what is going on in karmic land. Please take the messages as they resonate. Not all the messages may pertain to you. They could pertain to energies that are surrounding you at this time. So if it doesn't apply, let it fly. In the background, you can hear I am listening to some Egyptian music, just trying to open my third eye a little bit more and allow the presence of my ancestors to come in and to help guide me through this message. All right, you guys. One more. All right, let's see what we have going on and what energies have presented themselves. You know what? I should have kept these how they were, so I will. All right. First card, we have the Fool. This energy is holding back, reckless, lack of faith, restless, foolish, impulsive. Only fools rush in. Oh, can't reach. Next card, we have the Page of Cups. Romantic gestures, youthful dreamer, idealist, naive, psychic, inner voice, love offer, beauty, romance, messages, sensitive, spiritual, musical, artistic. Confirmation to the music I'm listening to. I love hearing the violins playing and the strings playing in this playlist. Definitely gives me a lot of foresight as to why I was able to pick up the violin at a young age. So here in the future, I would love to incorporate Egyptian music within the strings. We're looking forward to doing that here soon in the future. Next card. Adjust this a little. Next card, we have the Four of Cups. Self-awareness, proactive focus, engagement, enthusiasm for life, gratitude. Asha. Re-engage, seize the day. This card came out yesterday. Four of Swords, time for non-action, isolation, going within, silence, rest, taking a break, healing, recalibrate, retreat. That's what a lot of you guys are doing out there, divine beings, and for good reason. And one of my favorite cards, Queen of Swords, mentally strong, candid, quick-witted, fair, inner strength, direct, chatty, realistic, quirky, and sharp. I am going to see what's been going on in the energy, whether it be past, current, or here in the future. This is a pretty big deck of cards, and my little hands cannot hold them all, so bear with me here. Alright, let's see how many we have here, and I'll post them off needed. Got a lot. All right. So, first card we have here, hard work. Second card, death. July. Signs that could be involved, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Initial Q. Message. Daughter. Ego. September. Car. In. Situationship. Abuse. Beliefs. Schmecks. The letters C. The letter K. We have PDF file. Not sorry. And setup. So let's see what my third eye can spy. I'm just laying these flat in front of me so that I can see everything. Put that there. So the energies, like I said, that could resonate. You could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or those that had involvement of your past and your current and try to manipulate your future could be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. So for the initials, either your name or their name represents these initials. We have N, we have C, we have K, also Q. Could also represent different states. I see Kansas City, I see North Carolina, could even have Cincinnati, how I see that. And I also see for the Q and the N, for the initials, I see it saying Queen. So that would be that Queen of Swords, Asha. But most likely, these are some of the initials that are involved. For me, I know whose initials they are. For you guys, it will definitely be different. So we have that they were involved with a setup. For a lot of you guys, you're definitely set up by family members, by exes, by frenemies, by co-workers, excuse me, and by cults, covens, or gangs, I would say. Due to you being set up, for me, my last situationship, and a couple of others from past relationships, their birthdays were in July. So you might have some abusers that are in the month of July as well, or maybe your birthday is in July. Take it how it resonates, you guys. Or something could have happened last July, or every 4th of July, if you know, you know, dealing with the Masons. Concerning especially Mount Rushmore. They love, the cults and covens love to go there every 4th of July and do their rituals. We also have the month of September. So your birthday could be in September, or others out there may have a birthday in September. Definitely resonates for me. A lot of you guys may have been thrown into situationships. Unknown love scammers were sent your way. Spiritual hitmen for sure, and actual hitmen may have been sent your way, placed you into a situationship. Come on, card. Bear with me, guys. And due to that situationship, things went pretty well in the beginning because, people love to put on that mask. And also, if you have been set up and put into a situationship where family members sent them into in the first place, they taught them how to wear your energy, taught them how to act like you, how to basically just mirror you all in all, and how you operate. After a while in the situationship, the mask fell off, and you started to see concerning abuse tactics that were being thrown your way in all the forms of the Lees: mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, monetarily, psychologically. The abuse started to occur. For a lot of you guys, the abuse started occurring within your family unit, starting at a young age, and then it just got more aggressive as you became full-grown adults, and they wanted to try and control you and try to keep you stuck in a place where they had dominance over you. Some of the situationship counterparts were undercover PDF files, unbeknownst to you. And I really feel for you guys out there, especially if you guys had a child or children with these individuals and you are just coming to the awareness of this. Within the situationship, you guys faced your counterpart having an egregious amount of ego, pride, lust, which would involve the schmecks, having third partner parties, having group schmecks, especially involvement with your family members. A lot of you guys out there, unbeknownst to you, might have found out that your family members have group gatherings where they get down and dirty, and basically they sleep with each other, and they especially sleep with the romantic scammer that they sent into you so that they can siphon off of your essence and your sacral energy. So yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of schmection going on, and a lot of involvement had to do with your exes and your family members, and also third parties who were trying to use their ego and be egotistical to use up some of your energy as well. Let's see, what else do I see here? A lot of you divine chosen beings, there has been a separation of beliefs when it comes to religion for a lot of you guys that have come into your awakening, and you are finding yourselves to be more spiritual than religious. And because of this, even if you guys didn't get sent in a romantic scammer, you might have just been in relationships where it was oil and water. And so because you're more spiritual and they're more focused on the religious aspect of life, there was a great divide and separation. Also, a lot of your family members, they definitely knew that you guys were spiritual babies and knew what that entailed for your life and why you were chosen to be a game changer, a world changer, and to be able to help change the frequency within this realm. And so they use those beliefs of their religious backgrounds as in forms of tactical control methods and try to get you guys to not believe in yourselves, not believe in the divinity of yourselves, not believe in what is in you. And that would be the Most High. That would be the bloodlines of your ancestors. And for a lot of you chosen divine beings out there that have been adopted, you had no clue of where the trail of tears came from as far as your tribal lineages. And so there's just a lot of beliefs stirred about you, especially a lot of tearing up your name, I would say, trying to devalue you, trying to make others not believe in you or to see you in different ways. Take it as it resonates, you guys. For a lot of you divine beings that were left inheritances, estates, properties, even spiritual inheritances, you were given word about this. You did not receive word about this because there was involvement with the post office, the postman, and a lot of court dates that were brought up behind the scenes and in the background where those messages were not given to you. So for a lot of us divine beings, there's a lot of court situations that are going on now, that have been going on without our knowing. And we did not receive any word about any court hearings, dates, or the involvement of the people within the situations. So yeah, and also I'll take that message as here in the future, here soon, we will be receiving those messages, those divine clarifying details that we need to know and that we deserve to have. Michelle, I am seeing car and death, and we all know what that means. There's going to be a lot of accidents, I would say, for you guys out there, dealing, not for you guys, but for those who came against you guys. You know, judgment is here, and the justice scales are going to have to balance themselves out for all of this, because at the end of the day, it was a setup. They had their plots and plans, and you weren't supposed to be here. They are not sorry. Of course they're not. They're just sorry. They're sorry individuals with sorry spirits, you guys. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, we're not sorry either. They did what they did. Definitely put a lot of hard work into it, and they did all of this for nothing, you guys. Every tactic that they had, whether it be to slander your character, to gang stalk you, to erase your existence, basically, to swap you out with, especially for you divine chosen beings where there was supposed to be a destiny swap. A lot of those situationship, unromantic partnerships, they were definitely trying to wear your energy and be like you and act like you and dress like you and carry themselves in the way that you carry yourself, so that when they did eventually take you out, then you wouldn't have a remembrance and they would take over your legacy. And so I'm thankful. This says daughter, and I'm going to take this as being the daughters, and not just daughters, but also sons of the Most High. And we are in our Queen of Swords or King of Swords era right now, continuing to be strong, mentally strong, because at the end of the day, they wanted to collapse that as well. Wanted us to have no mental clarity, not be able to see what was going on and around us. So let's read this. Again, we had to learn how to be candid, quick-witted for sure. Definitely listen to our intuition. And once we figured out our game plan, we had to use that inner strength to be direct in our decisions. We definitely had to be chatty with our ancestors and our spirit guides, you guys, and with the Most High. We definitely had to be realistic about what was going on around us. We had to be quirky, definitely had to be sharp and take our swords and not slice and dice them physically, but definitely take our swords into the higher realms. And we had to be able to use our own strength as far as slicing and dicing and cutting out the weeds of our life. I shall. On the flip side of this card, we'll read the downside of it. Devoid of emotion, harsh, pessimistic, critical, calculating, abrupt, gossip, scattered, easily influenced. That's an important one. Clouded vision. A lot of these characters and energies that were sent our way, they were definitely influenced. Definitely little sheep. Definitely portrayers, as to say, if they jumped off the bridge, would you jump off the bridge? Yes, they would jump off the bridge, especially if it would be for some monetary gain. I shall. A lot of these energies are definitely harsh, definitely pessimistic, not only about us and who we are, but definitely about themselves. And instead of being critical about themselves, they want to be critical about us, trying to be calculating, seeing what we're doing, how we're moving, trying to calculate our calculations. It says abrupt gossip, so I'm gonna call that as there's going to be swiftly here soon a cutting of the gossip abruptly, and I'm so happy for that, because eventually these energies are going to have to sit it down one way or another. And with the car and the crashes, those two cards, you know, a lot of these energies just won't stop coming for us. And so the only way that the Most High can balance that out is to wipe them out. And it's sad that it has to be that way, but it is what it is, because they just won't stop. They're possessed and obsessed at this time. I'm going to keep this in the upright. Downside of this card, which came out yesterday, there's no action or forward movement for them, especially when it comes to us, when it comes to their plots and plans. All those have been stagnated. They're feeling exhausted for sure, because they did a lot. They were doing the most, being the busiest, all while doing absolutely nothing at all, which I will continue to say. We're definitely thought that we were passive, and they were being passive aggressive, trying to wear those masks and act as if they were us. I shall. They definitely have dormant abilities, especially for you divine beings out there, where there is generations of your ancestors or family members that have spiritual gifts. For those that became corrupt, they are definitely losing those abilities because they broke a whole bunch of spiritual laws, coming for a chosen divine being, for an earth angel, and trying to put them to death. Well, that's where the death is going to be returned to sender. So yeah, right now they're ghosting, running away, trying to run away from their karma and run away from the death energies that will be finding them. Doesn't matter where they go. Doesn't matter if they decide not to drive their cars, death is going to find them, because they just did absolutely too much. Because of this knowing of that, they're definitely feeling restless. And I wonder how that feels. I wonder how it feels to be burnt out and to be exhausted. Everything that they put us through, all those tears, all those nights that we didn't get to go to sleep, they will definitely be suffering and paying for that. So just know that, Divine Collective. Next card. It was in the downright, and as you see, she's got the pouty face going on. Don't see why she's pouting. Four of Cups. It's a whole house of emotions right now. Self-serving disinterest. And that mostly means the house of their vessels, the house of themselves. So they're having some emotional torment going on. They're facing missed opportunities, feeling bored after not being able to accomplish their conquest, as in to take us out, feeling dissatisfied, of course, because they didn't get what they were coming for. They didn't get that monetary. They've missed out on true love. They've missed out on their own inner healing. They've missed out on a connectionship with the Most High. They've missed out on everything. And so now they're also going to be missing out on monetary. They're going to be missing out on having people around them to support them. That is definitely going to send them into a depression. This is exactly what happens when you feel like you're alone and you don't have anybody to support you or to encourage you or to help you move forward or to give you any kind of alleviating relief. So I wonder how that feels as well. Right now they're feeling reluctant. They're sorry that they didn't get away with it, but they're, at the end of the day, they're not sorry, you guys. They're just reluctant to the fact that they didn't gain the access or privileges, I would say. And so now they're feeling weary and burnt out. Unfortunately for them, although they may be feeling weary, a lot of these energies are not able to sleep at this time. A lot of these energies are definitely being messed with by our ancestors, and our ancestors are having a great time doing it, especially the ancestors that were taken out previously, before are supposed to be detriment, I would say. So yeah, they're having a good old time. A lot of our ancestors, they left things to us, and knowing that those things did not get to us, it had them turning in their graves. And I know that they are so happy that judgment is here and that justice is being served, and that these gifts will be bestowed to us, Divine Collective. So hold on to that, Michelle. In the knowing, a lot of us don't have physical proof, and that was plotted and planned as well, so that we wouldn't be able to go seek any help. I remember going to court to put a restraining order on Mr. Goofy for my last situationship, and explaining how I knew I was being poisoned, how I knew things were being put in my food and drinks, how I knew that he was collabing with others to gang stalk me. But at the end of the day, I didn't really have any physical proof. And so I had to go back home and rewrite out what was going on, but in a way where I had to describe things for the proof that I did have at that time. And so I'm really happy for us, Divine Collective, that even though we don't have these things in our hand yet, we don't have all the physical proof that we need at this time, just know that the Most High, Ra, the Sun, has seen everything, and these things are being exposed and they are being brought to the light. So just keep pushing on, Divine Collective, until the physical proof has hit your hands. Ashe. This cup, on the reverse, we have the Page of Cups, broken dreams, manipulative obsession, inner child wounds, cancel events, creative block. Yeah, for a lot of you divine beings out there, especially if you have a whole family that has musical talents or talents in any creative kind of way, but I will definitely say musically, because especially if you're adopted. For me, I knew that I had half brothers and sisters out there, but I never met them. And I don't know what they do at the end of the day, how they live their lives, but I'm coming to the finding that a lot of my biological family members do have ties to the musical industry. And if you do, there could have been a chance that you were supposed to be an industry sacrifice so that they could level up in the game. In any sort, I should say, they are definitely being blocked from their creativity, and that is just and that is fair, I am hearing, because at the end of the day, Divine Collective, we were born to shine. We were meant to be out there and to be that light for the world in however way we see fit and however way the Most High sees fit as well. So on the flip side, I will read this again. We are continuing to be youthful dreamers, idealistic, naive in a good way, not in a way where we don't see what's going on around us, but being in that playful nature, that inner child. We are continuing to use our psyche, our third eye, continuing to hear our own inner voice and not the voice of others, and also using our voice to stand up for others and also for ourselves. We offer a lot of love, and we definitely do. That's something that a lot of our family members, frenemies, exes, their third parties, and other entities definitely took for granted. Just continue to stand in your beauty or your handsomeness, and continue to, it is spring and summer's coming up, so romance is definitely in the air. A lot of you guys will be getting romantic messages, so I shall for that. Continue to be sensitive. Do not let your heart get hardened and be heavy, you guys, because the Most High does balance, or does weigh the heart, and to see if it is light as a feather. Continue to be those spiritual beings that you are. If your family members or people from your past are on the more religious side, just let them stay in their lane on that side. That's fine. But at the end of the day, that doesn't give them the right to come and attack you or your spiritual gifts. For those of you that are musicians out there, take those musical talents and put some positive vibes in the world. It's time for a switch up with the music as a whole, especially when it comes to projecting gang affiliation, schmecks, prostitution, violence, abuse, dominance. I would say it's time for all of that to stop. It's time to have some enlightening music, some music that can heal not just the world but people in the world. Ashe. So continue to be artistic and to use those artistic talents that you guys have, you guys, and just keep on pressing on. And one of my other favorite cards on the upright, the Fool. A free spirit, new beginnings for us, Divine Tribe. We are setting out on our own ventures, not being stuck, stagnant, or pulled back by karmic energies from our past, feeling like we're more spontaneous, have the freedom to set our own schedules, to be more adventurous, to come up with more ideas as far as the talents that we have. We're definitely full of potential. It is nice to finally feel carefree. When you let go of all those bags and cut all those cords, there's really nothing to drag you down. Asha. Keep continuing to seize the day, continue the Carpe Diem. I don't know if I said that right. Sorry, tripping over my words. I feel a lot of nervous energies that are wanting to surface up, and that's just their own nervousness, it's not mine. So definitely pay attention to what you're feeling and what emotions you are portraying, I would say, as a lot of these energies are trying to reflect their emotions onto you. And through all of this, continue to deep dive into the unknown. She's on those jagged edge rocks right there, but she's ready to take a leap of faith into that refreshing water. So continue to do that, you guys. I will pull these to the side. I think that was a pretty good sum up of all the cards. Let's see what questions we can ask ourselves for the day. I'm gonna pull 5 of each. Have a 5-5-5 day. Supreme changes, Divine Tribe. Definitely deserved after all that we have been through. First card, we have envy. That's how a lot of these stories happened. People being envious. And that is not a fruit of the spirit. It's actually a karmic attachment entity that can be placed. So pay attention to that. Don't judge yourself against anybody else. Just judge yourself against yourself and compete with your own self, period. I judge myself when. A card about the inner critic, about how we speak to ourselves, about the voice that sometimes closes the door instead of offering a way through. Definitely, like I said, important to speak affirmations over yourself and to pour that love into yourself. In what situations do I judge myself the most? And how do I talk to myself when things go wrong? And that second one, man, with the projections that are being sent our way from Karmicville, it can definitely try to trip you up or try to stifle you or try to bring you down into a negative mood, I would say. And so you definitely have to learn how to speak those good things to yourself and be able to transmute into who and what you know you are, Michelle, because it's not what's on you, it's what's in you, you guys. It doesn't matter how you look. A lot of karmic exes from y'all's past, they decided to go with what looks better, and they chose fool's gold instead of holding on to the true treasure of gold that they had. And so it's what's inside that counts. It's not how you dress. It's not how much makeup you put on. It's not the cars that you drive. It's not about any of that. It's what does that soul look like at the end of the day. And you should always when you're judging yourself, go off of the judgment of good character with other people as well, in the knowing that they one, know who they are, so that two, they won't be envious towards you. Asha. So pick friends and co-workers and future partnerships. Pick energies that contain that, I would say. Asha. It's very important of who you surround yourself with, because people can definitely bring you down. At the end of the day, people like to put a price value on you instead of seeing the inner value of you. Second card, I numb myself. The rose is pretty, but it does have thorns. Intimacy is the permission to be yourself next to another. It's trust, bodily presence, and contact without armor. Definitely those divine roses of you out there, put down the pokies. It's okay. But only for certain people. And you will definitely have to use your intuition as far as that. But questions you can ask yourself: do I feel tenderness and mutuality? What do I miss in physical contact with loved ones? And how do I allow myself to open? For those of you that are getting out of karmic land and away from toxicities and from abuse and from narcissists, you know, that second question can be a little difficult, because a lot of y'all may be triggered when it comes to physical contact. Just somebody raising their hand too fast might trigger you. So definitely tune into what you want here in the future as far as physical contact, and what boundaries that you want to set up for yourself and with others, I would say. And on the flip side of that, don't always allow yourself to be so closed up. Allow yourself to be open to continue being that loving, nurturing person that you are. And, you know, when you are a loving, nurturing person, you do feel like you have to put on that extra body armor, because people like to take advantage of that, and they like to play with you. They like to play a lot of games. So just tune into what you like and what boundaries that you need to set. I shall. And allow the tenderness of the Most High and the warmth of the Most High to warm you up, you guys, always. Choice. Choosing the metal or the apple. Maybe she's choosing both. I have a plan. A card about inner structure, clarity, and readiness to plan. It's not about action for action's sake, but about wisely directed energy. Ashel. What gives me a sense of structure and order? What structure helps me move forward? What is my next considered step? So plan your day accordingly, plan your future accordingly, and structure yourself and discipline yourself so that you can take wise action when going such ways. Ashel. And definitely pay attention to how you are directing your energy. Not everything or everybody needs your energy. Ashel. More energy they want to pull from you is the less time that you have to use that energy to push you forward. Next card. I am real. Allowing yourself to be unmasked. Chaos is sacred. A card about mess as potential. Sometimes chaos isn't a mistake. And for our divine lives, nothing that we went through was a mistake. It was just a phase so that we can keep moving forward in our elevation. It doesn't have to feel easy, but it's alive. It's the wild stage of growth. Questions: what in my life feels chaotic, but might still be forming? And for a lot of us, our lives are still a little bit chaotic because a lot of things are still going on in the background. But nevertheless, the Most High is forming everything up and aligning everything up as it should be. So just hang in there and hold on to that truth, you guys. Where am I trying to control? What simply needs to be lived through? Those feelings, I would say, going back and meditating and really looking into what did go on in your past and connecting those dots and putting those puzzle pieces together. Figure out what shadow work you still need to work on, what triggers you need to work on, and just continue to keep healing yourself and keep healing your mind and body, soul. And what doesn't need to be addressed, just get through it. And what needs to be addressed, then confront it. Asha. Some of those things you do have to live through. You can't just put them in the back of your mind. You have to bring them to the forefront and deal with them. That's the unmasking of yourself, seeing the dark and the light. And healing looks like I'm still holding inside. A card about feelings that haven't yet been lived through. That's what I was just saying. About gently allowing them space. Yes, opportunity to resonate and to look into them and to take it for what it is. What am I still holding inside? And why am I afraid to let it out? Those are very good questions. For you divine beings out there just starting out your journey of speaking up for yourself and, you know, not only for yourself and for others, as I will always keep saying, you know, it can be difficult as far as what you want to say, what you want to keep within yourself. So only you will know how you want to entertain and deal with those dealings and feelings, you guys. Next, Spiritual Oracle. I'm gonna shuffle these real quick, actually, too, before I pull the last two. Alright. First card, we have slow down and take your time. There is no need to rush everything. You are already doing your part. Trust that what belongs in your life is already making its way towards you in divine timing. Take your time. What's the rush? Next card. Don't place limits upon yourself. You are an infinite being, Ashel, with unlimited potential. Second time that word came out, potential, full of it. You can have and be anything you want. Don't hold yourself back or allow anyone else to. This is your life. Live your truth and remain heart-centered at all times. Ashel. I just heard it's your beauty, not your booty. Okay, guys? Not about the aesthetics. It's about what's in you and on you, because the Most High is in and on us all the time. Next card. Let go of the old and make way for the new. I shall. You may find yourself being distracted by random thoughts, fears, or doubts. Don't allow yourself to be governed by them. Simply observe and choose to take aligned actions and choices. Definitely time for the new and out with the old. So happy for that. Spring cleaning of a lot of our past lives, you guys. Don't let those projections of random thoughts, other people's feelings, other people's doubting of you, non-belief of you, don't let that govern you. I shall. Don't even let I won't even go there with that. I'll keep that to myself. I won't start too much. But yeah, just govern your own self and don't be governed by others. I shall. Trust the wait. You are being prepared for your blessings. In order to receive, you have to be ready to receive. And that definitely means letting go of old things and things that no longer serve you, people, places, and things. You have to be ready to receive things you are going through. Things you are going through now are not random. Trust the flow of the universe. Sorry for messing that up. Couldn't see it right. But yeah, trust the flow, the ebb and flow of the universe, guys. Last card for this set. Sit in silence for a moment and listen. The answers you have been seeking are finally coming to you. Truly trust and believe that you are going to make it and be exactly where you need to be. We are on this journey with you. Hang in there. It's not much longer. Things are definitely wrapping up. I can feel it in the atmosphere, you guys. And yesterday I had a knock at the door, so I didn't get to finish my numbers, you guys. But the most important two were the Some Baby number 1 card and the Red Flag Return to Sender card. So I found that right on time, I would say. Ooh, oh, wow. Guess I'll take these ones with that then. Oops. Give me a second here, guys. I'm not gonna take all these, too many spirit. I'm gonna redo this. Let's see. So for the numbers, we have Divine 9, we have the Red Flag 5, so big changes for Karmicville. We have the Protection of the One, the Most High. This card symbolizes my ancestors that were in the military who watch over me right now. It's also got a square, so, you know, home-based. I shall. Next card, we have 6. Royal families. I'll take that as that. And we have the Divine 0. So, yeah, leave it there. You guys can scramble the numbers how you see fit. And I'm just going to leave it at that for today, you guys. I hope that something that I said in my message can resonate with you guys, something that you guys can meditate on, really reflect on. Continue to do your shadow work, guys. Continue to seek your inner self, to love on yourselves, and to make those changes in the world so that the world can be a better, loving, more just grandiose place, you guys. For heaven is on earth, heaven is within us. I shall. So I will leave it there. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one.